Al Roker has always been known as the warm heart of morning television. For decades, his smile, optimism, and humor have brightened America's mornings. But behind that familiar grin, it seems a different story has quietly unfolded, one filled with reflection, heartache, and perhaps regret. According to reports, Al recently showed a side of himself that fans have rarely seen. During a behind-the-scenes moment at a network event, cameras meant to capture lighthearted moments instead caught something deeply emotional. Sources close to the production say that when Al was shown footage of Deborah Roberts, his estranged wife, attending a charity gala, he became visibly emotional. Deborah, radiant in a soft blue gown, was all grace and composure. She spoke passionately about her latest journalistic project and the importance of resilience, her words resonating far beyond the ballroom. But for Al, watching that moment was almost too much. One insider revealed that he quietly wiped away tears, whispering words that left those around him silent. They claim he said softly, "She's still my heart. I just didn't realize how much I'd miss her." Whether those words were truly spoken or not, one thing became clear. Al Roker, America's morning anchor, had never looked more human. When the clip leaked online, fans were stunned. The man who had weathered storms both personal and professional, from health battles to career challenges, now seemed overwhelmed by emotion. Social media lit up almost instantly. "Seeing Al like that broke me," one user wrote on X, formerly Twitter. Another commented, "He's always been strong for everyone else. Maybe this time he's breaking for himself." Within hours, the hashtag Al and Deborah was trending. Fans debated whether his tears were a sign of heartbreak, longing, or perhaps a moment of long overdue realization. But what truly caught the public's attention was what happened next, or rather, what didn't happen. Instead of releasing a statement, Al disappeared from the spotlight for several days. He skipped a planned appearance, reportedly retreating to his New York home, where close friends say he's been spending time reflecting and staying quiet. "He's been deeply moved," one friend shared. Deborah has always been his anchor. Seeing her move forward with such poise, it reminded him of what they built together and maybe what's now at risk. Meanwhile, Deborah Roberts has continued to embody grace under pressure. The celebrated journalist has been thriving professionally, hosting interviews and attending public events, though she's avoided addressing her relationship directly. Observers noted her calmness, her elegance, and the quiet strength that seems to define her even more these days. Insiders say Al's emotional reaction wasn't just about seeing Deborah again, it was about everything she represents. For years, Deborah has been his partner, his confidant, his grounding force. She stood by him through health scares, demanding schedules, and the pressure of being one of television's most recognizable faces. Now, watching her shine so brightly on her own, confident, self-assured, and at peace, may have stirred a deep sense of loss in Al's heart. "She's always been his calm in the chaos," said one insider. Al's finally realizing what life feels like without that steady presence, and it's hitting him hard. Friends close to the couple say that since their reported separation, Al has struggled with loneliness. Even as he continues his work, maintaining that signature charm for viewers, there's a quietness to him off camera. "He goes through the motions," one colleague said, "but you can tell something's missing. His energy isn't quite the same." It's a sentiment many can relate to. The ache of realizing that the person who stood beside you for decades might now be walking a different path. Al and Deborah's marriage was built on shared respect, humor, and devotion, qualities that audiences often admired. Their love story wasn't just Hollywood glamour, it was real, steady, and deeply human. So when cracks began to appear, fans found it hard to believe. Now, seeing this emotional clip, many are left wondering, could this be the spark that leads them back to each other? According to those close to him, Al hasn't ruled anything out. He's been reaching out, quietly, to reconnect, even if only for a conversation. Al's not looking for publicity. He just wants to speak from the heart, to find some peace, whether that means reconciliation or closure. For Deborah, however, the focus remains on her family and her work. Those who know her best say she's handled this chapter with grace, leaning on faith, close friends, and her children. She's strong, but that doesn't mean she hasn't felt pain, said another insider. She still cares deeply for Al. That kind of bond doesn't vanish overnight. As the emotional clip continues to circulate, fans have been reminded of something bigger, that even public figures, with all their success and fame, face the same emotional battles we all do. Love, loss, regret, and the hope for healing. These are the ties that connect us all. Maybe this moment wasn't about fame or heartbreak, but about something far simpler. A man realizing that love, real love, never truly leaves you. Will Al and Deborah find their way back to each other? Or has their story gently reached its final page? No one can say for sure, but what we do know is that time has a way of revealing what truly matters, and perhaps this is Al's time to rediscover his heart. What do you think? Was Al Roker's emotional breakdown a moment of regret, realization, or simply a man coming to terms with the love he once had? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoy heartfelt, real-life stories that remind us of the power of love and resilience, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next emotional chapter in the lives of the people who've inspired us for decades. Because in the end, the truest stories aren't the ones told on camera. They're the ones that unfold quietly, in the spaces between heartbreak and hope.